Title: What are Oracle Apex and ORDS official resources? Oracle Apex is a powerful tool. It lets you build web applications very quickly. These applications can be simple or complex. You can create reports, forms, and charts. The best part is you use very little code. This is called low-code development. Apex lives inside the Oracle database. This makes it secure and scalable. It is a feature of the database, so there is no extra cost for it. Many companies use Apex to build internal tools and even public-facing websites. It is a great way to turn your data into useful applications for your business. Think of it as a factory for building web apps directly on your data. Oracle REST. Data Services, or ORDS, is like a bridge. It connects your Oracle database to the web. Modern web applications often talk to each other using something called REST APIs. ORDS makes it easy to create these REST APIs for your database. It acts as a web server. It listens for requests from web browsers or other applications, then it translates these requests into actions on the database. ORDS is what allows people to access your Apex applications through a web browser. Without ORDS, your Apex applications would be stuck inside the database with no way to reach the outside world. It is the essential link between your database and your users. Together, Apex and ORDS form a complete platform. You can build, deploy, and run modern web applications. The entire system runs on your own server. This gives you full control over your data and your applications. You are not depending on a cloud provider you do not manage. This setup is very popular for on-premises solutions. It is also very flexible. You can run it on a physical server, a virtual machine, or even in your own private cloud. This guide will show you how to set up this powerful combination on Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9, a very common and stable operating system for servers. The combination of Oracle Database, Apex, and ORDS on Red Hat Linux is a strong choice for any enterprise. Red Hat Linux provides a secure and reliable foundation. The Oracle Database is a world-class system for managing data. Apex allows for rapid application development, which saves time and money, and ORDS provides the modern web connectivity that is necessary today. By following this guide, you will have a complete development and deployment environment. You will be able to build and share powerful data-driven applications. This is a skill that is very valuable in the IT industry. Let's begin the journey of installing these components. And with the rise of artificial intelligence, you can now use AI tools to help design, generate, and optimize your Oracle Apex applications even faster, making development smarter and more efficient than ever before. Before installing Oracle REST Data Services, or ORDS, on Red Hat Linux 9, let's make sure we have all the prerequisites in place. First, let's cover the system requirements. You need a machine running Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9, either physical or virtual. RHEL 9 is required for this installation. A virtual machine is perfectly acceptable for running ORDS. Your server should have at least 2 CPU cores, but 4 or more are recommended for better performance. More CPU cores will help with responsiveness, especially under load. You need a minimum of 4 GB of RAM, but 8 GB or more is strongly recommended for production-like environments. More memory ensures smoother operation, especially if you are running multiple services. Plan for at least 50 GB of free disk space to accommodate the operating system, Oracle Database, Apex, and ORDS. Sufficient disk space is crucial for logs, backups, and future updates. Next, let's talk about software dependencies and downloads. All required software is free to download and use for development purposes. ORDS requires an Oracle database to connect to. Download Oracle Database, preferably version 23C free, from the Oracle website. Make sure you get the 23C free version for compatibility. Download the database RPM file directly from Oracle. Look for the database free section on the Oracle site. You also need Oracle Application Express, or Apex, which is required for web-based development with ORDS. Download the latest full release of Apex as a zip file from the Oracle website. Search for Oracle Apex Download to find the correct page. Ensure you download the complete release, not just a patch. Now download Oracle REST Data Services itself. ORDS is available as a single zip file from the Oracle website. Visit the Oracle website and search for Oracle ORDS Download to get the latest stable version. Download the ORDS zip file and keep it with your other installation files. ORDS requires a Java Development Kit, or JDK, to run. We recommend OpenJDK version 17. OpenJDK 17 is available directly from the Red Hat repositories and can be installed using the system's package manager. Use the DNF or yum command to install OpenJDK17 on your ArchL9 system. To summarize, you need to download 3 files from Oracle: the database RPM, the Apex zip file, and the ORDS zip file. You also need to install OpenJDK17 from the Red Hat repositories. Place all downloaded files in a convenient location on your RHL9 server. It's a good practice to create a directory such as /stage or /software in the root directory to keep your installation files organized. Use tools like SCP or SFTP to transfer files to your server if needed. Keeping all your installation files in one place makes the process much tidier and easier to manage. Always check the official documentation for each product to confirm compatibility and any additional requirements. Make sure the versions of Oracle Database, Apex, and ORDS you download are compatible with each other. For this guide, we are using the latest versions available as of June 7, 2025. Finally, ensure you have sufficient user permissions. You will need root or sudo privileges to install software, create directories, and manage system services on your ArchL9 server. With all prerequisites, dependencies, permissions, and downloads in place, you are ready to proceed with the installation of Oracle REST data services on Red Hat Linux 9. The first major step is to install the Oracle database. We will use the Oracle Database 23C free version, which is perfect for development and learning. The installation process on RHL9 is very simple. Oracle provides a pre-install package that does most of the hard work for you. First, log into your server as the root user, then run a command to install the Oracle pre-install RPM. The command is dnf-y install oracle-database-pre-install-23c. This command will check for all the necessary packages and system settings. It will create the Oracle user and groups for you. It simplifies the setup a lot. After the pre-install package is finished, we can install the database software itself. Navigate to the directory where you downloaded the database RPM file. For example, if you put it in /stage, go there. Now, as the root user, run the installation command. The command will be something like dnf-y local install oracle-database-free-23c-1.0-1.el9.x86_64.rpm. The exact file name might be slightly different depending on the version you downloaded. This command installs the Oracle software onto the system. It will take a few minutes to complete. It does not create a database yet, it only installs the program files. Once the software is installed, the next step is to create and configure the database. There is a simple script to do this. As the root user, run the command /etc/init.d/oracle-db_orclcdb-23c configure. This script will create a container database or CDB named orclcdb. It will also create a pluggable database or PDB named freepdb1. During this process, you will be asked to enter a password. This password will be for the SYS system and PDBadmin users. Choose a strong password and remember it. This configuration step can take about 10 to 15 minutes, so be patient while it works. After the configuration script finishes, your Oracle database is installed and running. You can check its status. As the root user, run the command systemcl status oracle-db_orclcdb-23c. It should show that the service is active and running. You should also set up the environment variables for the Oracle user. Switch to the Oracle user by typing su-oracle. Then you can use a command like oranv to set the environment. When it prompts for the SID, type orclcdb. This will set up your path and oracle_home so you can use database tools like SQL*+ easily. Your database is now ready for Apex. Now that our database is running, we can install Oracle Apex. Apex is installed directly inside the database. The process involves unzipping the software and then running a few SQL scripts. First, you need to be the Oracle user. If you are not, switch using su-oracle. Next, go to the directory where you downloaded the Apex zip file. Let's say it is in /stage. You need to unzip this file. The important thing is where you unzip it. A good practice is to unzip it into a location inside your oracle_home. For example, you could create a new directory and unzip it there. Let's make a directory and unzip the file. As the Oracle user, you can run a command like mkdir/opt/oracle/apex. Then unzip the file into that new directory. The command would be unzip/stage/apex_24.1.zip-d/op/oracle/. This will create a directory named apex inside /op/oracle. After unzipping, you need to change your current directory to this new apex directory. So you would type cd/op/oracle/apex. Inside this directory you will find several SQL scripts. These scripts are the installers for Apex. We will run them using SQL*+. The installation is done by connecting to the database as the SYS user. Make sure your environment is set correctly using aura-env. Then, start SQL*+ with the command SQL+/ as systabove. This connects you to the database with full administrator privileges. The main installation script is called apexins.sql. You will run it with a few arguments. The command inside SQL*+ is at apexins.sql syso temp/i/. This tells the script to install Apex tablespaces into syso and use temp for temporary files. The /i/ part sets up the image prefix for Apex static files. This installation will take several minutes to run. After the main installation script is finished, there is one more script to run. This script configures the administrative user for Apex. It is called appspewed.sql. Still inside SQL*+ as the SYS user, run the command at appspewed.sql. The script will ask you to enter an administrator username. The default is admin. You can just press enter to accept it. Then, it will ask for an email address and a password for this user. Enter a real email address and a strong password. You will use this password to log into the Apex development environment for the first time. Once this is done, Apex is fully installed inside your database. With the database and Apex ready, it's time to install the latest version of Oracle REST Data Services, or ORDS. ORDS acts as the web server that lets users connect to Apex, and using the newest release ensures you benefit from the latest security updates, features, and performance improvements. The installation of ORDS is different from the database, and the latest version is designed for enhanced compatibility with Oracle Apex and modern development practices. ORDS is a Java application, so we are not using an RPM package. First, we need to install Java. As the root user, run the command. This will install OpenJDK 17, which is a great choice for running the latest ORDS. Once Java is installed, we can proceed with the ORDS setup. It is a good idea to create a dedicated directory for the ORDS configuration. As root, let's create. Next, we need to unpack the ORDS zip file that you downloaded. Make sure you have the latest version from Oracle's official site to take advantage of new features and security enhancements. We can place the software files in a standard location. A good place is. As the root user, create this directory with. Then, unzip the ORDS file into this new directory. The command would be, after unzipping, you should change the ownership of these directories to the Oracle user. This is important for security and permissions. Run the commands, and now the Oracle user can manage the ORDS installation. The main installation is an interactive process. Switch to the Oracle user with navigate to the ORDS software directory, which is inside the subdirectory you will find the executable script. To start the installation, run the command. This command tells ORDS where to store its configuration files and starts the interactive installer. It will ask you a series of questions. You will need to provide details about your database connection, including the host name, port, and service name. You will also create passwords for ORDS database users. During the interactive install, you will be prompted for several choices. For database connection type, choose Basic. Enter localhost for the host name and 1521 for the port. For the service name, enter free PDB1. When asked which features to install, make sure you select one for SQL Developer Web and 2 for Apex. The latest ORDS versions offer improved integration with these tools. The installer will then connect to the database and create the necessary users and objects for ORDS. It will also ask you to provide the location of the Apex static resources. You should enter the path. With the latest ORDS installed, you now have a more secure, high-performance, and future-ready environment for your Oracle Apex applications. After the initial installation of ORDS, we need to perform some configuration. This ensures that ORDS knows how to serve Apex applications correctly. The configuration is stored in a set of XML files inside the directory. The installation process created these files for us, but we might need to review or tweak them. The main configuration file is. This file contains the basic settings for ORDS. One important setting to check is, this is the standard setting for Apex. the installer should have set this correctly. Another important step is to unlock the account in the database. During the Apex installation, this account is created but left locked for security. ORDS needs to use this account to connect to the database for public page views. To unlock it, connect to your database as the user. Remember to connect to the pluggable database. You can do this by setting your to and then connecting with. Once connected, run the command. This allows ORDS to use the account. We also need to map a URL to our database connection. This tells ORDS that when a request comes in for a specific URL path, it should use our database pool. We can do this with another ORDS command, as the user run. This command maps the URL path to the database connection pool named, which the installer created for our pluggable database. This means that when you go to, ORDS will know to direct that request to the database to run an Apex application. Finally, we should validate the ORDS installation within the database. This makes sure all the database objects that ORDS needs are correct and valid. To do this, connect to the pluggable database as again. Once you are in SQL*+, run the script. This script will check the status of all the ORDS related objects in the database schema. It will report if everything is okay or if there are any invalid objects that need to be recompiled. If everything is valid, your configuration is complete. Apex and ORDS are now properly linked and ready to serve web pages. Now that everything is installed and configured, we need to know how to manage the services. There are two main services we need to control: the Oracle database and ORDS. The Oracle database was configured to run as a system service. This is very convenient. To manage it, you use the command as the user. To check the status of the database, you run. To stop the database, you run. To start it again, you use. You can also enable the database service to start automatically when the server boots. This is highly recommended for a production-like environment. To do this, run the command as the user. This creates the necessary links so that the database will start up with the system. This saves you from having to manually start it every time you reboot your Linux machine. Managing the database service is straightforward because the installation scripts took care of integrating it with the operating system's service manager. This is a big advantage of using the RPM-based installation. Managing ORDS is a bit different. By default, ORDS runs as a standalone process in the foreground. To start ORDS, you switch to the user. Then you run the command. This will start the web server on the default port, which is 8080. You will see log messages printed to your terminal. As long as you keep this terminal open, ORDS will be running. To stop it, you just press in that terminal. This is great for testing, but not for a real server where you want it to run in the background. For a more permanent setup, you should run ORDS as a system service, just like the database. This is a more advanced topic, but it involves creating a service file for ORDS. You would create a file like, in this file you would define how to start and stop the ORDS process. You would specify the user to run it as, which is, and the command to execute. Once you create this service file, you can manage ORDS using and just like the database. This makes your whole setup much more robust and easier to manage. The moment of truth has arrived. It is time to test our complete installation. We need to verify that the database is running, ORDS is running, and Apex is accessible. First, make sure both services are started, as check. Then, as the user, start ORDS in standalone mode using, watch the terminal output. You should see a message indicating that ORDS has started and is listening on a port, usually 8080. This tells you the web server part is working. Now open a web browser on your personal computer. You need to know the IP address or host name of your RTL9 server. In the browser's address bar, type. If everything is working, you should see a JSON response or a simple ORDS status page. This confirms that your browser can reach ORDS. The next step is to test Apex itself. In the same browser, navigate to the Apex administration interface. The URL is. This should bring you to the Apex administration login page. This is a big milestone. On the Apex administration login page, you can log in with the details you created earlier. The username is. The password is the one you set when you ran the script. If you can successfully log in, you will see the Apex internal administration workspace. This proves that Apex is installed correctly and that ORDS is communicating with it properly. From here, you can manage the Apex instance, create workspaces, and monitor activity. This is the central control room for your Apex environment. Congratulations, you have a working Apex development setup. As a final test, let's try to access the Apex development environment. This is where you will build your applications. First, you need to create a workspace and a developer user. You can do this from the administration interface you just logged into. Once you have a workspace, log out of the account. Then, navigate to the main Apex login page. The URL is. Notice there is no at the end. This page will ask for the workspace name, username, and password. Enter the details for the new workspace you created. If you can log in, you are ready to start building applications. Even with a careful installation, sometimes things go wrong. Let's cover some common issues. A frequent problem is a firewall blocking the port. Rachel 9 has a firewall active by default. If you cannot connect to port 8080 from your browser, you may need to open it. As the user, you can run and then. This will allow traffic on port 8080. Another common issue is incorrect passwords or locked accounts. Double-check the passwords you set for and the ORDS users. Remember to unlock the account. Log files are your best friend when troubleshooting. The Oracle database writes alert logs in the directory. These logs can tell you if the database is having problems starting up. ORDS also produces logs. When you run it in the foreground, the logs are printed directly to the terminal. Carefully read any error messages. They often give you a good clue about what is wrong. For example, you might see a connection refused error, which points to a problem with the database listener or a firewall. Check that the database listener is running by using the command as the user. Sometimes the issue is with the configuration files. Carefully review the XML files in the directory. A small typo in a host name, port number, or service name can prevent ORDS from connecting to the database. Also, check the permissions on your installation directories. The user needs to be able to read the ORDS software in and read or write the configuration in. Incorrect file permissions are a simple but common cause of problems. Take your time and check each step logically. In summary, installing Oracle Apex and ORDS on Red Hat Linux 9 is a manageable process. It gives you a powerful self-hosted platform for rapid web application development. We started by understanding what Apex and ORDS are. We gathered our requirements and downloaded the software. We then methodically installed the Oracle database, Apex and ORDS. We configured them to work together and learned how to manage the services. Finally, we tested the entire stack to ensure it was working. By following these steps, you have built a solid foundation. You're now equipped to explore the world of low-code development with one of the best platforms available today.